All right. Good Wednesday afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Brad Maushart with your 19 at noon weather show. And today, not bad at all. I mean, we're going to take this all day, every day, and twice on Wednesdays. 70 degrees right now. That's where we're at. Let me switch the source real quick because that is not the right source. One of these days, eventually, I will get this right. Let's switch that. Maybe monitor. And finally, they're behind me. All right, so nice day. We're already in the 70s in most spots. On our way to the upper 70s this afternoon. One more dry day. This is not going to last. We will see another chance for storms arriving as early as tomorrow. Better chances into Friday. Let me hop in here and we'll show you here. Something I do want to talk about. There was one more confirmed tornado from our April 2nd and 3rd event. That they just confirmed. It started in Franklin County, Indiana, crossed the state line and headed just across the state line into Butler County. So that brings us now, total-wise, to 14 on the year. So don't add up these numbers because, like this tornado, some crossed over multiple counties or into multiple states. So 14 total tornadoes. And based on the county list there on the left, these are all the counties in our area that have seen a tornado this year. Warren County, you had 4 tornadoes so far. Confirmed this year. Butler County now up to 3. Franklin County on the board there with that last confirmed tornado from the first couple days of April. So that was a busy event for us. This is a bunch. We are just getting started with severe weather season, so something to keep an eye on as we work way into the next couple of days. But like I said, at least with this event that we're seeing outside the next couple of days, not a severe weather threat for us. So not a big deal there. We also had a question yesterday on the stream on Facebook. Never read the comments, but I read them. In the comments section, somebody asked a little bit more about the seasonal outlook. What's going to happen here as we work our way back into summer? Will there be a drought? Will there be any big temperature swings? So La Nina has ended. The La Nina, El Nino, you've heard of this before. Southern oscillation down in the Pacific. This has a big kind of, it really helps control and kind of tweaks our forecasts here in the Ohio Valley, just depending on whether there's warmer water off the coast of South America or colder water, right? El Nino, La Nina. It has a big impact and drive on our weather up here in the Ohio Valley. With that said, we are going into what is jokingly called La Nada, nothing, because we're going from La Nina to a kind of what we call the neutral phase. Nothing. It's not hotter weather or hotter water or colder water. It's nothing right now. It's kind of an equal phase, a neutral phase. And some research on this, and this is kind of I didn't have time to make the graphics for this, but I have all the notes written down. So we're going into what is called the neutral phase. It's a little bit more unpredictable, unfortunately, than an El Nino or a La Nina. When it comes to what kind of weather is the Ohio Valley or the country going to have. More often than not, though, it generally leads to average or below average temperatures, just generally across the Ohio Valley. There have been some years where we've seen above normal temperatures through the summer, but by and large, I think 2/3 or more of the years we've had a La Nina going to a La Nada phase. And then back to La Nina, which could happen by the end of the year again after summertime. But I think we'll be neutral through at least summer. With that said, when you have that kind of a setup, generally more often than not, it's cooler than normal temperatures or near normal temperatures. And precipitation-wise, generally a little drier than normal. When it comes to precipitation. So cooler than normal and somewhat dry conditions. However, with how this season has started, we are still, for the month, it's about 3.5 inches above, 3.5 on the year, 2.5 inches above normal, just the month of April. And we still have a lot of April to go and still a lot of rain chances. So we'll probably stay above April pretty easily as we work our way through the end of this month. And probably for a while. So I know, the above or below normal precipitation doesn't, it's not all that goes into the drought monitor, but something we'll keep an eye on as we work our way a little bit closer to summer. But for right now, here is one graphic I could pull up somewhat quickly for you. The seasonal outlook. So the Climate Prediction Center puts out a seasonal outlook. Sometimes they do an 8 to 14 day, so you can kind of know what's going on the next week or so. So this one, grain of salt, because you will have temperature swings here and there, but generally May, June, July, long way out. That long-term forecast, this is the temperature outlook. And you can see here, we start to see these orange shades, especially up towards Boston, Washington, D.C., where you start to get to that dark orange. That is well above normal temperatures expected for that time period. For us, it's slightly above normal temperatures. What that could mean is you'll still see some below, but more often than not, just a little bit more often than not, you'll see some above normal temperatures heading May, June, July. Now we switch that to precipitation, and you can see we're in kind of a gray area. That's a good joke. In there, we're in the middle ground there, where we're not going to see likely either below normal or above normal precipitation, so near normal, or what they call equal chances for that as we work our way through May, June, and July. With that said, May, one of our wettest months of the year anyway. June, same. July, it's not really dry yet either. Our driest time of the year doesn't come in until September, October, and then things ramp back up into November. So equal chances. It's still going to be pretty wet out there, at least likely, especially those equal chances May, June, and July. So, and it only takes one storm system to line up and completely skew this information, because it is a seasonal forecast, a seasonal outlook. So, again, grain of salt with this, but in terms of drought, I'm not really concerned about it. At least for now, because of just how wet we've been and with the continual rain chances we're likely to see the next few months. If come July things change and La Nada ends up being a really dry La Nada, a neutral phase, then something we'll keep an eye on. All right, back to more what's going on the next couple of days. Today, get outside, please. If you're out there on the phone right now, get out there, take it with you, and enjoy what's left of our Wednesday. Sunset tonight at 8:24, almost 8:30, and it's just going to be gorgeous outside all day long. We're at 70 degrees now. We finally topped 70. We'll get in the upper 70s this afternoon. Very little humidity, and that's why that sky is so blue right now as you head out the door. Don't forget the shades, but you can keep the rain jacket at home at least for one more day before things start to change into Thursday. Tomorrow, rain chances do push back into the forecast. We are running almost 10 to 15 degrees above where we were at this point yesterday in most spots. And it's not just us, it's the rest of the Ohio Valley. So this big warm-up, this time of the year, you start to see temperatures swing up. You also typically start to see the rain chances ramp back up, and that's what we're going to be seeing as we start to climb our way into the day tomorrow. High pressure, though, still holding on for now. Just a few fair weather clouds out there. High pressure, it was over top of us yesterday. It is now over West Virginia. You can see that it's like a protective dome. We had a few showers earlier that pushed out of northwestern Indiana towards Indianapolis, and you can see even the clouds. They're just falling apart. They just get shredded by that more stable air. But the farther high pressure gets away from us, it takes its dome with us, and we'll see this low start to sweep back in as we work away into the day tomorrow. 78 degrees outside by 3 o'clock. Even if you have late evening plans, this is why I'm saying, even if you don't get off work till 7 o'clock, it's still going to be nice outside. You'll still have an hour and a half of daylight to enjoy or get some yard work done, low humidity, just a beautiful day. Please, please, please enjoy it, because if you've lived here a while, that summer is not too far away, and it's going to be high humidity from there on out, and not nearly as pleasant of weather. 56 tomorrow morning. As we work our way into tomorrow morning, we'll see a few more clouds. Those will help to hold in a little bit of the heat, it's still going to be chilly. It depends on your cold tolerance. You might need a jacket tomorrow morning, but most won't, because those temperatures will jump up very quickly. We're on our way to 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. We're going to start the day dry, but the later we get in the day, don't be fooled. Please take the rain gear with you. You might need it as early as lunchtime. Some of that daytime heating, that is what's going to spark these thunderstorms as we work our way into Thursday. Friday, 75 degrees, rain and storms more likely on Friday. But with that said, neither day will be a washout. We will have dry time both days, just Friday overall. We'll see multiple waves of rain and storms pushing back in, especially through the afternoon. And then another good round as a cold front dives in late Friday night into early Saturday. Now with Saturday, we're not rain-free necessarily, but I do think most of the rainfall in the area, at least the intense downpours, are out through the overnight hours. Saturday morning, we could see a little bit of lingering light drizzle in a few spots, but the later we get in the day, the better the weather will get. 69 degrees, that's normal for this time of the year temperature-wise. And, a little bit of cloud cover here and there. FC Cincinnati home match 2:30 p.m., the early kick that I just love. I love those early games. 2:30 in the afternoon Saturday. No weather woes for that. Do take the shades. You might not need it for the first half or so, but I think the later we get in that game, the better chances there will be for some sunshine. So there's the day. Nothing at all. Boring for me. What is boring for me is good for you. Working our way through the night tonight and tomorrow, the clouds increase, and with some daytime heating, voila, we have some storms popping back up across the area, but a lot of dry time too. So not everybody will get wet tomorrow. Not everybody's going to get wet Friday either, but the chances are going to be better. We're going to start the day likely dry Friday morning, but with daytime heating. Again, here come the storms. These are not going to be severe. Again, there'll be lightning and thunder, so if you hear that thunder roar, go indoors, but it's not going to ruin your day necessarily because these will be in and out and on and off. Not an all-day rain event. The cold front dives in late Friday night, and then early Saturday we should start to dry out. A little bit of drizzle here and there, but overall not, not a huge deal for Saturday. Temperatures are going to be a little cooler outside. The breeze isn't going to be too bad, though, so really nice stretch ahead. In terms of rainfall, take this as well with a grain of salt. It's a model. It's trying to pick up where some of the heavier downpours are going to be. It's not great at pinpointing those, but this gives you just a general idea on coverage. Green shaded area, up to an inch of rainfall. And I think 90%, I know it looks a little worse than it is, about 90% of us are going to see less than an inch of rainfall. However, in some of those heavier downpours, and you can see where it's kind of trying to track across the screen there in the blue and the purple shading, you could certainly see heavier amounts because some of those storms will be capable of producing rainfall rates, 3/4 of an inch to an inch an hour. So be aware of that. Some isolated areas could pick up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. I don't think anybody sees more than 3. It would take a really, really big thunderstorm for that. I'm just not seeing it with this severe weather. We're not seeing any severe weather with this thunderstorm event. So just keep an eye on it. Shouldn't have any big flooding issues, but of course with any kind of thunderstorm you always run the risk kind of a flash flood event in just a very localized area. So something to keep an eye on for Saturday, but I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Now, with this 7-day forecast, we're going to just go ahead and put the rest of the days on there. Saturday looks great, 69 degrees, mostly sunny once we get past the afternoon hours. Sunshine all day Sunday, high thin clouds, 68 degrees, just another beautiful day. So if you don't get the yard work done today, you have to do it this weekend. You will have some time to get that done. We'll dry back out Saturday and Sunday. You should be all right to get that done. Monday, the Reds are back in town. Red Legs after a big road trip, an elongated road trip there. They are back, and we are back in town for a 4-game series with St. Louis. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Unfortunately, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I have the AM version of this. Let me get the PM version here, and I'll show you as we stretch it out another day. We'll get the old Brad bonus day on here for you. Give me just a second, and we'll load this up for you. Here we go. We'll go through the animation again. There we go. If we are going to talk stronger storm, severe weather, we have just a couple minutes, and I'll check the comments here and see if anybody has any specific questions. What did I do to my finger? I got hit by a bus. That's a story that I cannot fit into the next 4 minutes. Hello, Molly from Pleasant Plain. Beautiful Wednesday. Yes, is rainy day. No, so Friday, not a washout. Not a washout for that. It's going to be, mostly afternoon, evening event, and then early overnight. But there will be some breaks there. It's not going to be a continuous all-day thing, Molly. So you're good on that front. But do keep the rain gear close by for the afternoon and evening because these storms are going to fuel on some of that daytime heat. And then the cold front later on the evening. So, so this is it's a bus thing. So this will be for a month or two, probably about a month and a half more. Just got to keep it buddy taped there. But overall, not bad. Just a muscle tear in my hand, in case you've seen this. More annoying than anything. Going back to the forecast, real quick, because those are the comments. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Reds are in town, and they're in town as well Thursday. If you're looking for a next severe weather opportunity, and this is a long ways out. I was just looking at this kind of casually earlier this morning. It does look like we'll see at least a chance. The ingredients will kind of be there by the middle of next week. So a lot of things to iron out between now and then on timing, on how strong the storm will be, where the storm's going to be at. Just like winter forecasting, we're not going to give you snow totals, 7 days out. It'd be ridiculous because it'd never be right. It's just not possible, at this day and age. But by the middle of next week, at least the ingredients are there. So we'll see if it all comes together in our area or not. But Tuesday, it looks like there will be a severe weather threat to our northwest. Wednesday, it looks like that severe weather threat gets a little bit closer to us with all those ingredients in place. So something to keep an eye on, especially with temperatures back in the 80s again. A lot of moisture flowing in. Things will just kind of be in place. So something to keep an eye on. Long ways out. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything crazy, but again, a lot of stuff to work out between now and then. So hopefully, like I said, you can get out there, enjoy some sunshine today. We're going to wrap it up here in just a few minutes. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like I said, enjoy the day today because we will see those rain chances arrive through the day tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your weekend plans, those look good too. Just a few showers, try to linger early Saturday morning, but the rest of the day looks nice. High thin clouds on Sunday, slightly cooler, but for this time of the year, that's typical. Normal temperatures there for Saturday and Sunday before we warm things up. and get those storms back in here for Monday and Wednesday of next week. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this up. Everybody have a nice day. Get out there, enjoy some sunshine. I'm going to get some lunch and try to eat that maybe outdoors. I got to figure out how to turn myself off. Once again, it's just one of those things. So enjoy your day, and we will see you again here at noon tomorrow.